What's up? I'm AJ and welcome back to Gen Z Garage. You may have picked up on the fact that I've been slightly procrastinating doing the front suspension, so much so that we have an entirely other car that I've been working on. Yeah, we have the Corvette, and now that thing has some the ECM is not doing well, so while we wait for everything all the parts we need to come in, I'm finally stopping the procrastination on the front suspension, and we're gonna start today by repairing the tie rods with these brand new ones. I also have this brand new grease gun from Seesii, and I'll show you how to get a discount on this. This is like my first sponsorship. This is pretty cool. So yeah, let's finally stop the procrastination and start working on the front suspension of the Fiero.
Although I've done a lot to my Fiero, it's not yet finished, as you'll see in a moment. We still have to restore and rebuild the doors and door seals, fix the fan relay since the fan runs all the time, and last but not least, the entire front suspension. In the meantime though, I'm going to replace the front tie rod so I can continue to drive the car.
So this is a lug nut lock. I've probably explained this in a way earlier video when we were doing the rear suspension, but it has this key thing, and it'll only fit in one way, so you kind of gotta shimmy it around till it goes in, but you have to put it in first. You can't attach it to this and then try it, because it might be in the wrong direction, and you can't turn the whole thing. Does it go like that? Yeah, it does. Okay, I don't know why I took this off. I've done this before. Dire. Don't judge me based on how rusty and dirty this looks. I haven't gotten a chance to work on anything front suspension related, and in this video we're actually going to be just working, oh there's a hair attached to me. In this video we're just going to be working on the tie rods, like I said, but don't you fret. The brakes are still working, the ball joints are functional, and I will replace all of those in a later video. It's just we drive and the wheels are going in different directions. So that's definitely the first thing I wanted to fix, because I don't want my car's wheels going in two different directions. So we're replacing the tie rods.
Before you do anything else, you'll want to straighten the steering wheel. You'll want to ensure it's straight through the whole process, or lock the wheel if possible. You may still need an alignment later, but this will at least keep you in the ballpark. The first thing you'll want to remove on the tie rod is the cotter pin. This is a metal pin that's pushed through a hole in the tie rod bolt end. It's meant to be threaded through the castellated nut to prevent it from backing out. You'll want to bend, twist, pull, and push the cotter pin in any way that you can to remove it. I use a combination of needle nose pliers, a spike tool, and a pair of pliers to get it out. Oddly enough, removing the old cotter pin is sometimes the hardest part of the entire job. So, just take your time and work carefully.
Yay! Gross metal piece.
Next, I spray some PB Blaster on the threads before I remove the castellated nut. And then I remove it with my impact gun.
I'm going to be using my Duralast pickle fork. I'm not sure if it's actually called a pickle fork, because we went and picked one up from AutoZone, and I asked the guy for the pickle fork because my dad told me that's what it was called, and he's like, the fork? He didn't, I feel like pickle might not actually be in the name, and I don't know where my dad got that from. Tell me in the comments if it's actually called a pickle fork. But we're gonna be removing this thing. Ugh.
It'll take some effort, but the goal is to add tension to the tie rod so it'll want to break free from the knuckle. With the fork wedged in, then hit the nut with a dead blow hammer. With it liberated from the steering knuckle, I can now remove the tie rod. But first, I loosely reinstall it and the castellated nut. This will allow me to hold the tie rod in place as I back off the cinch nut. This cinch nut is what holds the tie rod end from backing out. You only need to back this out a couple of turns so that the tie rod is free. You should be able to unscrew the tie rod by hand. If it doesn't budge, you may need to use a pipe wrench to break it free.
Oh, whoops, I dropped it. I didn't know how much it had left and it fell out of my hand.
I can now install my new tie rod.
I'm going to be installing my brand new CarQuest tie rod ends.
Just like the old one that you removed, the new one screws back in place. Remember to verify that the steering wheel is still straight before doing this. At this point, you want to try to test fit the tie rod into the steering knuckle. You may need to screw or unscrew the tie rod until the steering rack is firm and the steering knuckle still points straight.
Once you've got it lined up, you're going to hammer it with a rubber mallet to make sure it gets in. Once you've got it in, reinstall the castellated nut. And do the forwards backwards turns so you don't cross thread anything. I do that for every screw, every piece, water bottles. I literally do that for everything. I'm going to torque this down to 35 foot-pounds, but I'm going to start off by using the impact gun just to get it started. Now we're torquing it to 35 foot-pounds. There we go.
Now we can install the new cotter pin.
You're going to take your flashlight once you've got it installed and you want to make sure that the holes in the bolt line up with the slots in the castellated nut. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it in. Now that I know that this can line up, I'm going to install the cotter pin loop side out and then bend these up to make sure it stays in. Oh, and there goes my hair blocking everything. Sorry, guys.
Now I can tighten down the cinch nut.
I'm putting red Loctite around this and then I'm going to tighten them both. Okay. Now that everything is nice and tight, I'm going to install my Zerk fitting. So one thing you always want to remember when you're working on the tie rods is to make sure that they're properly greased. So I got this high quality grease gun from Seesii Power Tools. It's got this like flexible nozzle. It's got a bunch of different fitted pieces, and I'm going to be using Lucas Red and Tacky Grease. And if you want to get this, the link to the product will be in the description, and I actually have a 15% discount if you use a certain code. So I'll put that down there if you want one of these. So let's get started. This goes into the Zerk fitting. I got it. Squeeze it until you start to see it come out.
And with that, I can put the wheel back on.
For watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. As you can see, the car is looking great right now with the brand new tie rods. Make sure to check out SEMA and PRI Action Network. Some pretty awesome things happening up in Congress. The things we've been lobbying for are starting to pass. It's pretty cool. So, ooh, listen to that idle. That sounded great. If you want to hear more idles like that, subscribe, check out my other videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.